Okay, so Mana could lose here, and that makes him 1-1. It makes top 2-0 in groups. So, I mean, we're seeing a few things shaping up, ways that there could be some ties for a couple of the players. I'm really curious to see how the other guys in the group are phasing. I know that Poke Bunny obviously lost to Mana, but...
he's going to play against TT1 right now. He's probably playing against TT1 currently.
I'm really curious to know how those games are going. I'm a Poke Bunny fan, man. So
I noticed.
I hope that we get a chance to cast some of his games. But if he
seems like quite a shy guy, though.
I guess open. A little bit. He's kind of on the quiet side sometimes. But I mean, he's 16 now.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Kind of young.
He's kind of a sick nerd baller, though.
He's
16 years old playing
He's going to be a super nerd baller in like a few more years, man. Imagine like 21-year-old Poke Bunny after he's been traveling to international events for like 6 years.
I envy that stuff.
He's going to be such a stud. He's already got a 20-year-old girlfriend.
You're making me feel so old right now, man. You're talking about a 16-year-old guy playing in those 3 Masters. And in 5 years, bro, in 5 years, we'll be 29 and 30.
You think you feel old, man. I'll be 27 in a couple months. I'm
5 years.
I'm turning into a dinosaur.
You'll be 32. Oh, my God, man. What are you still doing here? we'll be the white Ras, the new generation of white Ras. It's okay, man. We're not alone.
I make cast and then defense it.
I make cast and present it. So we see top throwing down at barracks. I'm very curious to see how he's going to build, how he's going to open up on this map. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a no gas fast expand build on this map. I think it's an excellent decision. And Mana already taking double assimilate. What? Explain it, man, please.
Maybe one of the assimilators is closer than the other. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we're just seeing some indecision here out of Mana. Perhaps
that's really strange. Like I don't know. I'm really confused by that. I have no idea. I can't actually possibly explain that. Normally, I always try to find an explanation in some move, but this one I just can't. I just think, I don't know, he was either completely distracted, lost focus, thought he needed the second assimilator already, and then realized, like, what the hell am I doing? That's not right. We see Top already upgrading his command center into an orbital command, so it is pretty likely that we are going to see a no gas fast expand opening from him. And I would really love to see that Mana cell that I've been talking about. You know, get the robo, just for the observer, and then get double forge and just chrono boost out those upgrades and get a ton of gateway units. And
I too would love to see that. It's a really fun style to watch. Mana getting the scout off of that one rack's fast expand knows exactly what Top is up to. And for the first time, Top actually getting into Mana's base, and he's going to get a good look at what our Protoss player is doing here. Single gas. Is it possible that Mana 4 gates here?
It's very, very unlikely. I don't hold Mana as the 4-gate type at all. I actually have some information for you guys as well. Mana did qualify for the Intex 3 Masters Global Challenge in Guangzhou as well, but he actually cancelled that one because he wanted to participate in a few local tournaments, including the one, and he also wasn't able to get a visa, I think, so that's very important too. But he wanted to play in the Polish WCG qualifier, and I often praise Poland for having such a strong scene. And people outside of Poland, or even a lot of people in Europe and certainly in North America probably think like, Poland, you have Nurcho, and then you have Mana, Tarzan then, and that's pretty much it. But there are a lot more very strong players in Poland.
Yeah, Poland's got a really deep StarCraft scene.
Yeah, like Dystar, Tifo, Slider, and Paranoid. Like certainly Paranoid, I think is a very strong Zerg who's very, very underrated. If he would practice more, he'd be really good. But actually neither Mana nor Tarzan managed to get top 2 in the World Cyber Games qualifier for Poland. Nurcho managed to win it, so perhaps that's not all that surprising. But Slider got second, and Slider is not all that well known. He's a Protoss player, very nice guy. I played quite a bit with him, and that's an awesome achievement for Slider. But I don't think a lot of people would have seen that one coming. And obviously, it's a little bit sad for Mana, because that means no Mana at the World Cyber Games.
That is sad. Oh man, I didn't even think about it like that.
That's often what qualifiers are for, man.
I know, man, but you think about these guys that are the best at their respective races, the best in their respective countries. You just expect to see them at those tournaments. It surprised the hell out of me to hear that Tarzan didn't get through groups.
No, Tarzan did not manage to get through his group. Yeah, the Polish scene is really strong, and also I would even say quite underrated. Fortunately, Nurcho is really stepping up lately on the international level, so Nurcho is getting a lot of credits for Poland. But the guys below that, the T-Falls, the Paranoids, the Sliders, they're pretty good.
Yes, indeed. We have a proxy pylon for Mana down here on the other side of the map, warping in a couple units. So he's going to put a little 3-gate pressure on Top. And I got to say, Kev, Top doesn't have a whole lot of... Top's supply blocked.
Ooh, top is supply gap only for a few seconds. Only has 6 Marines right now, but I mean the bunker is of course really, really important. He's pulling SCV straight away. Perhaps Mana should have waited for one more rotation, but then again you could say that he's perhaps committing a little bit too much to that. And the longer you wait, the more Marines there are going to be there as well. Top ending that second bunker now straight away. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Top's going to be fine here. He might actually lose this factory, which would be a bit of a bummer. So he's going to turn that around and go try to get healed up. There is a single barracks with a tech lab, but Top doesn't care. He's just making pure Marines, so no Marauders coming out to deal with these Stalkers. First starport finishing up as well, so the medevac is going to be coming out very soon.
Once again, Mana's going to try to poke in a little bit at the front, but yeah, I guess 2 bunkers with Stalkers only. That's just really not all that much that you can achieve over there. You will be able to get a couple of shots off, but that's it. You just won't be able to take down the bunker. Once again, Mana is actually throwing down in the robotics base, so he's making me look really bad here. Here I am, like studying my Mana replays and studying Mana's playstyle in general. Feeling like I'm a Mana insider.
I feel the same way though. This is not what we've seen from him in the past. Maybe he's, I don't know, something apparently has changed with the way he approaches the matchup. Maybe it's just because he's seeing so many Marines at a top.
I have no idea. It's strange. It really surprised me because Mana is actually known for that gateway style. I watched a lot of Mana games myself because he's really one of my favorite Protoss players in Europe, even though I have a lot of them. So that's why I'm not saying the best. To say he's one of my favorites, and I have a lot of favorites. Nice little surrounds right there.
That's my call sign, man. Every player that I cast is the best player in Europe.
I know, man. That's you. Mana's actually supply cap now as well. He did just warp in a single pylon, but even at single pylon, I mean, the moment you make a Colossus, as we can see right now, you're going to be supply capped again for 20 seconds. And that all comes down to, that supply cushion that we were talking about, you know, what buffer do you want?
Right.
And I really think that, as soon as you pass 60, 65, 70 supply, you really want to have 20 supply free at all costs.
Yeah, of course we agree on that one. We've been talking about it for months now. Mana, you know, I feel like he's going to be playing from behind here for quite a while. He's down in workers. His third base is going to be behind tops. This is kind of how Terminus opened up and played out, but I would imagine that Top's going to make some adjustments here.
Oh, Mana actually missed rallying his Stalkers there a little bit. I mean, he takes down the medevac, but he's losing 2 Stalkers in the process, and Top is still going to try to do a lot of damage on 1 Stalker. Might actually be able to get it. Yes, he will, man. 3 Stalkers.
Another stim goes down. A 4th Stalker going to fall. Oh my gosh.
Mana.
A 5th? Oh, come on, man.
What? 8 Marines killing 5 Stalkers right here. That's just ridiculous. That's not supposed to happen at all. Mana, that was a big mistake. That was a big misclick. Sniping the medevac, of course, is always a pretty smart thing to do, but you never want to get that close to the Marines. At least he will be able to take out the medevac, so that is a small victory for him, but I don't know, man. So 5 Stalkers is a lot of money. 2
medevacs and 8 Marines for 5 Stalkers. Yeah, that trade is going to probably favor Top a little bit, but killing those first 2 medevacs, that's a small victory.
Yeah, that is true as well. I mean, that he managed to take out both medevacs, that helps out a lot, but still, 5 Stalkers, man, that's really a lot for Protoss. Certainly, when you once again look at the income tab, and Top has a superior working number over Mana all game long, which surprises me because, like, it's not like Korean players can build SCVs faster than European Terrans, so why does Mana always have a probe lead over the European Terrans, and why does Top suddenly have like 55 SCVs while Mana has 50 probes?
I don't know, man. I think it's just that Top plays such an aggressive economic style, going with a very, very early expand every single game, getting very fast third base every single game. Mana is actually going to come pressure this third base. Ooh, 103 supply for Mana, 110 for Top. But there's really no medevacs, and there are Colossi out.
Yeah, but we have 11 Marauders, and the Colossus count is very low. I actually think Mana is making a mistake over here. I really don't see this working. We have 4 Vikings over here already. I guess 2 more Vikings are on the way. Yes, they are. I don't know, man. I think this is going to be very, very hard for Mana, but he might actually be able to take out this orbital command. It's going to be close.
Micro, your Colossi, Mana, the orbital taking a lot of damage. Will it fall? Oh, I don't think it will. There's the stem from Top, and he's going to push forward. And now we can see just how exposed the army of Mana is. Move your Colossi, Mana. 1 Colossus falling down. The second Colossus losing all of its shields. And at the end of the day, Mana doesn't kill the orbital. So, oh my gosh, another Colossus might fall here.
Yeah, we have a lot of Marauders coming in. Those Vikings doing a lot of damage. There's only 1 Colossus left. There's just nothing that this little gateway army of Mana will be able to do against all of these Tin Marauders. Top is stimming in once again, and I think Mana made a really, really big mistake.
So many Stalkers going to fall there. And yeah, supplies reflecting it. 100 supply for Protoss, 110 for the Terran player. So Top just pulling farther and farther ahead. The one thing that maybe is good for Mana there is that he was able to secure the third base as that was happening, and now he's got a worker lead. So Economically, he's going to be pretty close, but I mean, 3 orbitals, dropping mules. Top's going to be able to make a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, that's just, it's not a good position for Mana at all. I mean, it was incredible close, and I guess he just should have gone for that orbital. It literally dropped down to 60 HP or so.
Yeah.
Those force fields, I'm not even sure. Like in the start, I was a bit worried about that. It didn't even help him all that much, because his Colossus were taking a lot of damage from the Vikings, and he was actually not killing a single unit. I guess it wouldn't have hurt to cut off a few units and then drop the force fields rather than blocking off the entire path, but obviously it's always easier to talk when you're observing a game.
Yeah. Maybe if you'd like pushed forward with the sentries and just aggressively force fielded so that the army couldn't come attack at all, and then just focus that command center down. But the way it worked out, I feel like it definitely favored Top quite a bit. Look at that, dropping 4 mules at a time on this expansion.
Taking a look from Mana's point of view right now, he should have been able to see this medevac. Yes, he did see that medevac coming in time. So good job right there by Mana. He shouldn't be able to lose a lot of units. I love how he's straight away focusing the medevac with those units and using the Colossus to deal with those Marauders and Marines on the
Another drop coming over to the 3rd base. Top starting to really try to spread Mana out. There are a few Zealots there. No charge upgrade yet.
No charge, so it's really, really quite hard to deal with drops like this. We have 3 Marauders and 2 Marines coming in right now. Top should be able to kill quite a few probes over here.
Yeah, he's going to kite these Zealots for days. Here comes the Stalkers. They're going to focus down that medevac. Oh, no, but Top is able to just lift up and go right into the main. That's going to be kind of annoying.
He still has a lot of medevac as well, even though it's very, very low in energy and actually doesn't have that much HP. He will still be able to drop a couple of units. Mana is slowly but steady trying to get that high Templar production up. He's researching Storm, but Top is already on top of things. Top is on top of things.
Yeah, he is. Supplies are actually really starting to favor Top. He's 30 supply ahead, 170 to 140.
Ooh, that Colossus actually has to be careful right now because Marauders do a lot of damage against the Colossus.
Oh, Mana, don't lose your Colossus. Oh, and it will fall. That is a huge win for Top. Cannon going to finish and pick off that medevac, but that is not worth losing a Colossus.
No, not at all. Very, very good job right there by Top, realizing that he would be able to kill that Colossus with those 3 Marauders, even though they were all pretty low on the HP already. Yeah. If it's like just a single Colossus, they're so vulnerable against those Marauders.
Mana's actually looking so sloppy this whole game, man. Seriously, severely supply blocked right now, in the red even. And when these 3 pylons finish, he's only going to be able to make like a handful of units. He won't even be able to make a full production cycle. So not the best Mana play I've ever seen. Feedback maybe, not quite enough to kill that medevac there as the drop does unload once again in Mana's main base.
Oh man, Top is really playing pretty nice though. He's really abusing a few things. I mean, he's abusing his mobility, he's abusing the vision that he has over Mana. Mana's just kind of cornered right now in this
Mana
corner of the map. And he's just dropping a Nexus over there while there are 2 Marauders, and he's forced to cancel this Nexus as well. Mana, what are you doing?
Yeah, and Top feels like it's finally time to go make something happen here. Top is looking like a really good Korean Terran right now, quite frankly. Big push, Marine, Marauder, medevac with a couple of Ghosts and a lot of Vikings.
Yeah, I think this was a really, really nice game from Top so far. I think he did everything right. The 3-gate pressure didn't really do anything. I mean, then the big attack, I think Top handled it excellently. Finally, Mana's able to clear up this little drop. If you look at the minimap, there's just so much blue. And there's already 2-2 upgrades as well. That's, of course, going to help out a lot. Mana is at 1-2 right now. He's almost at 2-2, and he's researching 2-3 as well. But on the other end, Top is already researching 3-3. And certainly the attack upgrade is it's quite close to finishing. And I think Top will just go for it as soon as he has +3 on those Marauders.
A couple of Marines are going to stem and run into the 3rd base, but they're going to be ceremoniously dealt with.
I mean, it's still possible for Mana, of course.
Yeah, Mana's still got a nice army, but I just feel like for the most part, Top has been winning this game. I would say Top's ahead. You know?
Yeah, Top is winning this game when there's not that much going on. And Mana still has an incredible scary army. He has 75 workers, so that is a ton of workers. But it just feels like Top has been doing everything a little bit better this game. But then again, ooh, 3 Ghost Academies going up right now. I think we're going to see a little bit of nuke action.
A little bit of fireworks, maybe.
Fireworks.
Yeah, let's say this. You know, Mana, if he can get, excuse me, if he can get the time that he needs to really get those gateways down, so that he can reinforce and play that big gateway style.
This I don't really understand either. Sorry, Ben, to interrupt you right there. But why would you send all of these probes over here to the south side when he has like 4 probes over here? Like, why wouldn't you send a few probes to your turret? Look at his natural. Like, it's so oversaturated. Please send a few probes to your turret. He would.
He's listening, because that's what he's going to do. Sending a few. Oh no, he's sending them all to the.
He's sending more.
Wow.
He's going to have so many probes here. It's ridiculous. He barely has anything over here. It's like nothing.
Yeah. Well, like we said, Mana, a great player, one of the best European Protosses by a stretch. But you know, there's holes in his play, and we're seeing some of it here.
Yeah, and it's so funny because if you play against this guy, he's so incredible good. It just feels like he's really hard to beat. It just feels like he's always on top of everything. But then if you watch his play, then you really see like, well, okay, mana obviously awesome. But yeah, a few minor things really could be a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players are now maxed. On the production tab, we can see no nukes. Why did he build 3 Ghost Academies if he's not? Maybe the nukes are already done. Nope, no nukes at all. So maybe that's for later on in the game. We'll have to wait and see. Top is pushing forward across the center of the map with some Cloak Ghost and a really scary Bio Ball. And Mana is so clumped right now. Oh, nice Storm.
I mean, it's all going to come down to the EMPs, but those Korean Terrans are so good with the EMPs. Mana's going to try to spread out the units. He's storming. He has an observer as well.
Wow, Mana, that was actually a great storm, but does he have enough to fight the army of Top?
I don't think so. We have a lot of Marauders still. We have Archons coming in as well. Look at the amount of Vikings we still have alive.
Top just destroying the entire army of Mana, and Mana's money is quite high, man. Maybe a little bit of a macro slip, 2K, 1K, and he's still not making anything. Where are you going to reinforce, Mana?
I'm not actually sure. He's chrono boosting all of his gates, but yeah, don't even feel like he has that many gates.
Oh, some really nice storms from Mana. Maybe going to buy him a little bit of time. 110 supply to 160, 130 supply now to 160. Here come the Zealots. Is there any chance that Mana holds here?
There are a lot of Zealots. It's gonna be really close, but those Vikings are doing a really good job as well. I love the positioning from top over here, having those Marauders in the back, having those Medivacs healing it, but it seems like the Zealots are slicing through.
God, Mana's money is just so high, man. Macro,
so
Mana,
close.
macro, macro, macro. Here we go. Top is actually able to kill all of the Zealots. Colossus is going to come out and be able to clean up the last of these Marauders. But Mana's still down 50 supply, and what can he do, Kevin?
I don't know, it's going to be very tough. And if you look at the mini-map as well, you just see a never-ending string of units coming in. Top is not going to give Mana the time to recover. He realizes how scary it is when Protoss has that many bases, has that many warp gates. Before you know it, you're facing 150 supply again. And if you don't lose a fight, you actually be in a little bit of trouble. So Top is just keeping the aggression on non-stop. And I think Top is actually playing a really beautiful game over here.
Absolutely, he's playing a great game. Going to knock out this pylon here, or he's going to try to knock out this pylon so that Mana can't reinforce, but these Zealots actually doing a really good job against the Marauders. Cannon's helping out more than a little bit. And Mana, I mean, he's hanging on.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. He lost a lot of probes, but I mean, he had a ton of probes as well, so he could definitely afford to lose a few. Top killed 30 probes throughout the entire game, but Mana still has 61 probes right now. I love this actually, that's really smart, just bringing the Colossus to the low ground, having those cannons there with your Zealots as well. I didn't actually think of that, that's really smart.
I can't believe this. Mana really is hanging in there. Top is, he's staying on top of his macro so well though, 170 to 120. Oh my god.
No, more.
Oh my god, the income tab really showing those mules. 3K income for Top, only about 1,500 for Mana.
3.3.
That's sick.
That's really, really crazy.
But, you know, still, I mean, well, if Mana's money finally starting to sort of be peeled away here, now Top is maxed out once again. Mana only at 150 supply. He's going to need some miracle engagements to really continue to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard. I mean, even if he somehow wins the fight, you know, Top is going to have a ton of money. Like, Mana literally needs to win the fight and then walk into Top space straight away, and then every unit that pops out that he's able to kill it straight away. If he's ever going to give Top time to regroup, and look at the production tab right now, man, 5 nukes at once.
Oh my god.
Top is not joking around now.
This late game nuke play, we've seen some of it while we do our little weekly cups and stuff. It can be really, really, I mean, really tough to deal with. It's just, it basically says, all right, you can't go here or here or here as long as this nuke is casting. Here we go. Mana going to find a fight, and this is not a bad fight. Nice storms going down.
EMP is going down now as well in High Templar, so this is it. Mana's going to have to do it with this army. He has a few Colossus left, but the Stalkers are just not enough to deal with those Marauders.
3-3 Marauders are so strong, and Top does just obliterate the army of Mana. Mana might try to...
2 storms.
Oh, really nice storms, and here's a big warp in. Man, Mana is just sticking around. He just refuses to die.
Oh, we have actually a very important drop going on right now at the 3 o'clock position of the map as well. Oh, Mana's going to wipe in a couple of units, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think this Nexus will fall, and that's actually a really, really big loss for Mana.
Yeah, especially now that he's completely baroque. Nexus falling down. Zealot's going to charge in and try to clean up the last of this army. Man, 3-3 bio just does so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned this before. When we get into the upgrade stages of this phase of the game, it's really nice. I mean, 3-3 Stalkers, yeah, that's really cool. But 3-3 Marauders is even better because the Marauders get +2 against Armored. So the Marauders do 20 damage while your Stalkers are just doing What is it? 17. I mean, 17 is pretty good too, of course.
26 damage against Stalkers.
Marauders?
Yeah.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you're right. The upgrades scale a little bit better for the Terran player in the super late game.
Oh, big nuke going down over here on the south side of the map. And Mana does not have an observer in place. He's actually going to lose those 2 cannons, and he will lose 1 cannon. He will lose the pylon as well.
Does save all of his probes though. So that, a second nuke going to go down, and I'm not sure that Mana sees this one.
Yes, he does see it.
He does see it. So the probe is going to be pulled back once again. This does actually stop.
Mana, why are you not using this base properly? I really don't understand it, man. Why would you not do this?
Well, I guess to his credit, it gives him a place to mine. I mean, he's been, had he mined that out, he'd be really hurting right now. A third nuke going down, man. Top just being relentless with this. Finally, Mana gets an observer down there. Got that speed upgrade on the observers. That's really nice.
He got it a while ago already, which I think is really smart. When you play a map like this on Tall Dream, always, as soon as you can afford it, really get that Graviton upgrade for those observers, because you know it will come down to those EMP and the High Templar Wars, you know, like feedback against EMP, and obviously storms as well. And having those quick observers around, having those observers always around, you really need 3, 4, 5 observers on the map at least. Sokka is a true master in that. Sokka always has 4 or 5 observers. And you know, if someone throws out a scan, doesn't matter. 1 second later, Sokka has a new observer. You can scan again, Sokka has another observer. Sokka always has observers. That makes him absolutely really good in this matchup late game.
Yeah, I think his late game PvT is top notch. Mana's still sticking around, man, but look at the money difference right now. 3,500 minerals and 3,000 gas for Top, who's completely maxed out. He'll be able to rebuild that army instantly. Oh, and these Stalkers are actually way out of position, and they just blinked. Blank?
Blinked.
They just...
nice EMPs right there. Really big EMPs.
Templar, absolutely crushing. And I think this will be the final engagement of the game, Cav.
So many Marauders for oGsTOP, like literally obliterating all of these forces from Mana, and there's just nothing
GG,
Mana
well
can
played.
do.
Top does close out that game. Mana stuck around for a long time, but at the end of the day, man, Top was just too on top of things.
Yeah, that's nice, no?
Yeah.
That was the first